Hello, my name is David. I live in Northern California, and I do love California. I wanted to talk about a Japanese saying that I came across, and I actually think I heard my mom say this to me before. Never made sense to me. I was like, what are you talking about? But the saying is Nikko ni Koban, and the Japanese say it to each other to point out a truth in life. Nikko ni Koban means giving gold coins to a cat. I mean, that literally is the translation. And what in the heck does that mean? My mom would say it in English. Well, that's like giving gold coins to a cat. And you're like, what are you talking about? Gold coins to a cat. What it represents, though, is a futile gesture in giving something to somebody who won't appreciate it. And that could be anything. That could be so many things. That could be something that's treasured to you, and you give it to a child, and they're like, "Oh, thanks," and you can tell in their mind they're thinking, "I wonder how much this is worth." I've done that myself, like trying to give things to my kids that they were like, "I wonder how much this is worth." I remember both of my sons. I have these Japanese coins. And if I can find a picture of them, I'll load it up. But they're beautiful coins. They're old coins. I think they're from the 1800s, so like 1770s, something like that. And they're oval. They're about this big. And they have a square in the middle of it. And the idea behind it is an old ancient Japan, that's not very ancient. Just going back a couple of years, because they're 1,000 to 2,000 years. But just going back to that point, they would put a string through it. They didn't have pockets in their kimonos, so they put a string through it and hang it on their belt. And as they were walking, you would hear the clanking of the metal made out of bronze. And bronze, I think, is copper, and then you add nickel to it, which makes it more durable. So that's how you create bronze. And so it would just hang on the side. It would be like us having a plastic wallet with plastic pants and having it so people could see the bills that we had inside there, or the platinum American Express card or something like that. But back in the day, that's how you did it. There wasn't a lot of thievery, because if you stole something from somebody, they'd cut your hand off. I mean, you don't mess around back then. So you're just not going to do it. So the samurai guys would walk around, and they'd have these coins hanging from their belt, which even the 2 coins I had were very, very heavy. And I gave it to one of my sons, and it really meant a lot to him. I mean, just to have it, hold it in his hand. He loves the Japanese culture. And my other son, I think he liked it too, and he probably will keep it forever. But I remember he did ask me, how much do you think this is worth? And even though it's an ancient coin and everything, I guess they're readily plentiful. So maybe the coin is worth a couple $100. I just wanted to give it to them, while I'm still alive. And that is part of my goal, is to give them things while I'm still alive. And hopefully they won't be like the cat that won't appreciate a gold coin. So I have other coins too that I want to give them. Some are called dragon money, and they have a dragon on one side of it. They're Japanese coins. They're not as old as the ones that I gave them, but I have some of those, and I think I'm slowly going to be dispensing it to them. And I literally don't care if they want to sell it. That's fine. I mean, I think you can also take a picture of something, and then you can just sell the other one, and that's fine. But I would be really surprised if either one of them sold it, because it seems to mean a lot to them both. So now, how can this work for you? Well, in terms of understanding when somebody gives you something, it may not be even what you want or what you like. I have had things given to me, and I'm like, I want to be almost like my sons, where I say, oh, how much is this worth? That's a bad question to ask. I always like to ask the story behind it. So how did you get this? And then they'll tell me a pretty elaborate story. And as they're telling me the story, I can see that it meant a lot to them. You know, that's happened with my friend Kevin. He's given me some stuff that it meant a lot to him. It probably doesn't mean that much to me, but the fact that it means a lot to him, you know, makes me want to appreciate it and to appreciate it for what it is. So over the years, he has given me some stuff, and I've given him some stuff, you know, that I thought he might really like. And I know one of the things that he gave me recently was a footprint of either a bird or a dinosaur. We don't know which one, but he had got it with a group of other rocks that he had gotten. And he goes, I kind of thought you might like this. And I mean, when I was a kid, they used to call me Dino Boy, so of course that meant a lot to me. That did mean a lot to me. But there are just equally as many things that people have given me that they don't mean as much to me, but I don't want to sell it or get rid of it because of the story that's attached to it. So I wanted to bring you that seine, the Japanese seine, and I'm going to bring some more, some that my mom has told me and some that I'm just finding out about, because I'm probably more tied to the Japanese culture. I have said numerous times that I'm about as Japanese as you are, because I grew up in the United States, and I consider myself an American. I know when I was growing up and when I was older, my mom really wanted me to marry a Japanese woman. That was really, really important to her. I don't know why so much for her, but when she met my wife, she wasn't super impressed because she knew that she was a good woman, but just in the way I treat my wife and the way my wife expects to be treated, my mom, you know, did tell me at one point that I think that Kim is really, really spoiled. And I go, she is. I spoil her. I do. So I don't think it's anything wrong to spoil somebody. And then my mom would say, oh, well, I like your other girlfriend, Helen. She was very, very nice. And I go, well, Helen and I broke up a couple of years ago. If you want to go out with her, you can. I go, I'm not going to go with her. It just, you know, we didn't click. And I caught her in a lie, you know. And when you catch somebody in a lie, I didn't have the energy or the effort to want to forgive and forget and move on. And my mom would say, oh, you should marry a Japanese woman because they'll take care of you. You'll come home, they give you a massage on your feet, give you a back massage, make sure your food is all ready. And I go, oh, so basically like an indentured servant or a slave, right? That's not what I want. I want to have a partner and that we're equal. And I'm really looking for somebody that is intelligent, because I like to talk about different things, and I like it when somebody that I'm with, they can talk with me just as well as I can talk with them. And so I have found that in my wife. We've been married for 36 years. You know, during the process of raising kids, she was really the most instrumental in doing the homework. I could do the math homework, but she was really, really good about the homework part of it. And it was really nice to have not only a partner, but a real partner, somebody that could understand things that I was going through and support me on it. So giving a cat, you know, a gold coin is probably like some guys get a really good woman and it doesn't mean anything to them, you know. They take advantage of it, and they do think it's all about me. So there's a lot of applications that I could see about my saying that it's like giving a gold coin to a cat. And I guess it's important in the saying they don't explain it exactly what it is, but you're supposed to understand immediately. Oh yeah, gold coin, cat doesn't need a gold coin. And then that's the explanation of it. So anyway, I wanted to say that saying, and I wanted to talk to you about some of the things, the way I feel about it. And I appreciate your time. Thanks for finding me. Subscribe if you can. I did get another subscription last night, overnight, and it brought up my subscriptions from 3 to 4. So it made me really happy waking up. I told my wife, and she's like, "Oh, that's great," and I'm like, "Oh, it's not great, but it's good." I mean, it does. It is nice, and to hitting my goals, that's really what I want to try to hit my goals of 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. It's not as much about the money as it is about just creating a community, people that might find some interest and some value in the things that I think, and the other way around too. So thank you very much for finding me. I hope you appreciated it, and I look forward to talking to you again. Thank you much. Have a great day.